I think that it's safe to say that we are all amazed at how gorgeous this game looks. Expedition 33 Clair Obscur, a dark fantasy turn-based RPG with a France Belle Epoque era aesthetic. In today's video, I want to talk to you about my research on this game developers, the pedigree, and other interesting findings that I have discovered in my research. Although a little bit more than interesting, it is concerning, like really concerning. And like always, you can find the links to my research in the video description. And that said, let's just dive in. Let's talk about the game on itself first. In Expedition 33, the paintress wakes up once a year and paints a number in a monolith. Everyone that age dies, and the number gets smaller and smaller with each passing year. You're Expedition 33. And your final mission is to try to stop the paintress and find out what happened to the previous expeditions while you are at it. The music that you are listening to as this video plays out, it is just beautiful, gorgeous, delicate, dark, depressive, and filled with warmth. Combat, well, being turn-based, there's a lot of action to keep you occupied in here. You can dodge, parry, block, counterattack, and even use the aim system to target enemies' weak spots to modernize a little bit more the turn-based combat system for a lot of people that do not flavor that kind of combat system that much. I am an OG turn-based lover, so this is just right up my alley. And if that doesn't sound awesome to you, the cast of voice actors, it's just top notch as well. You have Matt Murdock's Charlie Cox, Andy Serkis, dude, Andy flippin' Serkis. Everyone's favorite girl from Shadow Heart's voice actress Jennifer English from Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Clives from Ben Starr, Shala Nix from The Old God, awesome movie by the way, Kirsten Ryder whose work on Sandman, and they haven't even unveiled everyone yet. I mean, so far, I think that's all you need to get everyone pumped, right? The game looks just breathtaking. Music, it's just so hand in hand with the aesthetics, and you're having this masterfully world being portrayed to you by la creme de la creme in voice acting. So what's the catch then? Well, here's where my research comes into play. This is being developed by Sandfall Interactive, the studio's brand new, and they have not developed anything yet other than Clair Obscur. Most of the team members, or at least the senior ones, are ex-Ubisoft veterans. Here's a little bit of speculation on my side. This is not confirmed, this is just a little bit of speculation. Sandfall Interactive is based on Montpellier, France, meaning that they're probably Ubisoft Montpellier Division ex-veterans. And the bulk of Montpellier's Ubisoft games is Rayman and Beyond Good and Evil. So everything is just good in there. I love those games. I know that there's quite a lot of people that as soon as they hear or see Ubisoft, they shy away from everything. Have in mind that people might leave more corporate companies that limit your creativity like Ubisoft has been proven to do several times to let that creativity flow. Now that said, let's focus on the folk that did manage to find concise information, that I did manage to find concise information, and one of the major aspects of the game lead designer, Mitchell Nora. I was able to dig up 2 games where he's been the lead game designer as well, and I am really not bringer of good news for any of them. First, let's take a look at Wolcen Lords of Mayhem. I'm not going to dwell too much in here in each of these games because each of them that I'm about to show you, they deserve their own video breaking down why did they flop. Because that's right, they flopped big time. The general consensus in Wolcen, a Diablo-like, or more so I should better say, Path of Exile-like, ARPG with amazing visuals, great solid gameplay, and interesting game mechanics that now sits on a mostly negative review score on Steam, with all-time mixed reviews as well. The answer for that is very simple. Most people agree that the game is really good actually, but technically speaking, it sucks. Filled with bugs on launch, unplayable multiplayer, to the point that they decided to shut down the servers down on September 2024 and cease any further improvements or development for the game for that matter, meaning that even if you play this today single player, you will still encounter bugs that are not going to be fixed because they just stopped entirely, they let this game die. That's why there are the negative reviews, because you can still purchase this thing, but it's still broken, then they're not going to fix it. And then we have the cycle, Frontier, a free-to-play PvP PvE extraction shooter that, again, generally favorable when it comes to the gameplay on itself, but it was completely unplayable at launch. The reason behind that is that developers stated that they just were not prepared. They were not expecting for the game to be that popular as it was, and they just could not handle the player overload on their servers. Not only that, but it was extremely poorly optimized. Beefy PCs would struggle to sustain good FPS, while lower end PCs could barely run the game on decent playable frame rates. Amazing game with terrible multiplayer. So we have in here one shut down entirely game, a half shut down and forgotten to die game. Not really the pedigree or credentials that we were looking for, but I think that there is still hope in here to be had in here. The previous issues were only the multiplayer. It's just on that multiplayer side of things with these previous games, and when it came to the games, it was just fine. They were cool, they were amazing, the game itself was nice. It's just the multiplayer that killed those really cool games. And well, what do you know, Expedition 33, it's a single player game, so while I'd say that we should still be cautious in the hype for this one, I'd say that there's still hope for this to be amazing as it looks. Just be careful with the pre-orders of this game. Let's just wait on the reviews for this one. We have to be cautious based on this information with this game. Anyways, if you like the content, you like the videos, super appreciate it. No, I told you today you're a gorgeous and beautiful person. You are indeed a gorgeous and beautiful person. Subscribe to the channel, join the Discord. Have a beautiful day and goodbye.